Everyone, this is Tuba Mirza and welcome to Recoding. In the last video, we have completed our views and controller part. Now we are going to forward to add our form data. First, create a model folder. Inside it, create a db.ts file. This file will hold our database credential. So create a constant as db credential, which will be an object. Inside it, add user and pass your username. Then you need to create a database inside your PG admin app. Then type the name of the database. Then add the password for your user. Then add hostname and port number. Now we can export our constant. Now we can create a user.ts file, which will hold all our function related to user. Inside it, first we need to import a Postgres module from its URL and import client. Then we can import the database credential from db.ts file. Let's initiate client class as const client equals await new client and pass the database credential. Now for creating table, we need to add a try-catch block. Inside a catch block, we can console log the error. And can end the connection to a client. Inside try block, first, await and connect our client to database. Then make a query to create table. We can make query as create table if not exists. Then pass the name of table as users. Then type the name of column. Inside a column, we require ID, which is of type serial and have primary key. Then name as a variable character and limit to 30 character or any other limitation you want. Similarly, create email, which is also a variable character and should be unique. And create a password column. After creating table, we need to create a function called as createUser, which will require name, email, and password as input. Then inside the try catch block, we again console log error if it exists and end our connection to client. Or if not, then we go ahead to insert the data using SQL query. As insert into, then type the name of table. And mention which columns to be filled. Then add respective values using string casting. We need to end the connection to the client when we finish our query so we can cut our code and paste inside the try block. Let's now export our function. Import it inside the registration.ts file inside controller. Then inside our post signup method, we can place a function, and if our form will fill, we can redirect to another page or be in the same page. Now save up our code, and inside our pgadmin, we can see that the tables has been created. Now let's fill up our form. And here you can see that a form has been submitted successfully. Inside our header.ejs file inside view folder, we can add a ternary operator which will check that if our head title has been filled or not. If not filled, don't show any title or render the name of the URL. So inside our header file, we can check that if the type of a title is undefined, we can render title, and if not, we can show empty, which means it will show URL as title. So we can check it by deleting title from sign up page. And open the browser and open sign up page. Oh, we forgot to mention title inside of type. Now we can see that our code is working. Similarly, we can create for error that if there is any error, it will show. If not, then render empty. We can add these errors in if-else statement. Then we can iterate our errors one by one and show it. Now include it inside the sign up and sign in page. inside our users.ts file. Inside create user function, we can hash our password. So we need to require bcrypt module from its URL. Then inside our try block, create constant for hashed password. Which will use bcrypt as function, and this promise base we need to add a weight to it. Then we can send our input password and convert it to string, and inside a query we can change input password to hashed password. Now create a function inside a user.ts file. For logging in user, which require email and password as parameter. Then again add a try catch block. And create a query to select the email and password column. From users table, where we can pass the email, as email is unique so that we can easily get a user. Now we need to arrange our data into some JSON-like form. To do so, we need to create an empty array. Then we need to map our getUser constant, which brings our query data. Then create an empty object of type any, which will hold our column information. Then we can map the row description column and then pass our data inside the column. And finally, we need to push our data inside the arranged data array. We can check that if our arranged data is less than 1, as here we made a mistake. So we can return false as there is no data inside our array. If there is data, we can get password and check it again using bcrypt compare function. And if your password is wrong, we can pass false. Or then we can end the connection to client and return true. Now import login user function inside the registration.ts file. And create a const if user logged in and pass the login user function and pass the email and password. Then if it's true, we can redirect to dashboard. Or if not, then we can run the same page and pass the error. We can delete this redirect to root path function. Now heads up to our browser. First, we need to truncate our tables as our password is not hashed yet, and we mentioned to check hashed password. Then inside a sign up page, create an user. And inside our login page, sign in our user. And here we can see that we redirected to dashboard page. As we have not created dashboard yet, we can create it. So head up to VS Code and create a dashboard.ejs file. Then create a controller to handle a dashboard. Copy and paste our index router file. But render a dashboard page. And import dashboard inside our app.ts file as router. And pass it as middleware inside the app. We can copy and paste our index.ejs code inside the dashboard.ejs file. And let's give it a spin. And here you can see that our dashboard is working. So in the next video, we are going to add session along with some styling. So stay tuned. Until then, do like our video and watch our other Deno related content. For now, I'll be signing off. We'll see you in the next video.